Ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, I'm starting the show a little late, which is why you don't hear any music. Let's see if I can find it. But as there is a time delay between the start of this program and when the actual live viewers see it, they won't know that I didn't have the music up. Only you will know. But then, of course, they'll go and watch the replay, and then they'll know. And if I keep talking long enough, then the stream will sync, and then they'll know. So I should probably get right to the show. Welcome to the show, one and everyone. You are watching Scotch and Smoke Rings. I am your neighborhood friendly Oxhorn, here as always, with my suspenders set to maximum stun. This episode is episode 299. The 299th episode of this fine program. 299 weeks. There we go. That's a little better. We got our music going. 299 weeks we've been doing this fine program. My beard is 299 weeks old. Well, maybe a little younger. Anyway, it's good to see you all today for this, our final episode in the 200s. That's right. The next episode will be in the 3s, in the 300s, and it'll be 300 for 100 weeks. That's a very long time. I don't know exactly how long. Someone else can do the math. But looks like we have the entire crew in the chat today. We've got Madman Max, who turned 22 today. Happy birthday, Madman Max. A round of applause for Madman. Congratulations, my friend. Floke Sosen, if I pronounced that right. I hope I did. Patrick, a Cigars, Black Shawarma, Gentleman Badger, Blacktooth, Baldox, Andy the DK, Shiut, Fedor Gregoro, and just about everybody is here. I can't keep going. Imagine Justin, Lepidus, HT Start, everybody's here. All right. I'm not going to name every single person in the chat. Sorry, but we've got everybody here today. So good to see you all. Okay, I got your name right. Flokesosen? Flokesosen? All right. Thank you. I'm glad. Black Shroma says, I stopped counting your episode numbers about 23 years ago. Oh, no, I stopped counting my years, my birthdays 23 years ago. That's probably a good time to stop. It's 23 years in the past. So, I would be like 10. I would be exactly 10. Black Shawarma says, advice for Ox. Remember, whiskey is a vegetable. That's true, right? It is made from corn. He's referring to a tweet that I sent out a couple days ago. Doctor said I needed to eat more vegetables. I'm chewing on my cigars more often. That was my joke. I was pretty proud of it. I said it to my boss and he laughed, so. Rub it. Black Sharma says, rub it in, Ox, rub it in. Yeah, I know. You old fogey, you. But you know what? We've got to have one old guy. It doesn't work unless there's at least one old guy. And I'm aging gracefully before your faces. So eventually, you will have more than one old guy. You'll have me and many other people. I don't even know if the kids will be watching me in the future. Like on episode 500 or episode 1000. Will I be hip with the children's? I don't even know. Will I be geeky enough for the next generation of geeks? Maybe it'll be like the music we're listening to right now. The only people who listen to it are people who liked it when they themselves were young and cultural rebels like myself. All right. So we do have some older people in the chat today. It's not just me. That's good. Everybody's talking about their ages. Gentleman Badger says, Oxhorn will always be hip and radical to me. Good. I'm glad I'll always be hip to the jive. and in with the times. I realize that this is a new disturbing trend on Scotch and smoke rooms, but it is the only tool I have with me that I can use to open my box of cigars. So, I'm not trying to be baller or anything like that. Gangsta with my giant Bowie knife. It is actually just a useful tool. We've got a great show for you today. We've got some games to go through. We've got some cigars to smoke and some scotch to drink. Where's my scotch? Where's my Ballantines? There it is. There's Ballantines. Ballantines' finest blended Scotch whiskey. I've got this weird little cup today. All my regular Scotch glasses are dirty, so I've got this. It's built this way. This is supposed to be the function of this glass. It was a present. It holds Scotch though, so it's functional. Whoa. Oh. There's some sort of video quality setting. When I move, I go blurry. Did you see that? Do I not have the refresh right up, right? Well, it's too late now. The show's going, so I'll just have to hold really, really still. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Bottoms up. Ah, okay, everybody's getting it. I didn't even get it. Bulldog said it's a tipsy glass. Blacktip says for drinking while you're tipsy. I get it now. Thank you. Black Strum says drink more. It'll even out. All right. It sounds good to me. Captain Maximov is in the chat. First time actually watching the stream on a computer in a while, says Captain Maximov. Thank you. As much as I do love mobile devices, there's just something about watching a movie or a live stream on a computer with a giant big monitor that you just can't replicate on a mobile device. That reminds me, should we do Periscope again? It's always fun to see what we come up with here. Imagine, Justin says, whatever happened to the glass you showed us on YouTube where it would roll on the surface? I mean, did I show you this before? Have I shown you that before? I might have. Andy the DK says, Ox, I liked that Hearthstone video you posted on YouTube. Who was that fellow you played against? Andy the DK. I think that might have been you, my friend. That's right. So I posted last week's episode to YouTube, and I made a highlight of my Hearthstone battle with Andy the DK, because he did that. He got lucky. He's the lucky guy. He managed to pull my bomb right as his deck was full. Otherwise, he would have died due to my superior Hearthstone skills, of course. And I freaked out. Anyway, it was a good video moment. So I made that my featured video on YouTube. It's got like over 1,000 views now or something like that, or almost 1,000 views. So we had a good time last week. So, yeah, we'll get to Hearthstone here in a bit. Don't you worry, ladies and gentlemen. We'll play some Hearthstone, maybe some other games. Who knows? Just depending. Let's get some Periscope up, just because I'm curious about this new social network. What should we title it? Remember, we have to make a catchy title. Otherwise, people won't come and watch it. Last time, I got like 11 viewers by saying, LOL, KK, thanks, bye, or something like that. Smoke ring time, please, oh captain of class, says Black Tiff. Alright, here we go. Oxhorn's sex swinging stream? I don't think that would actually work. Oh, sexy! Sexy swinging stream. Okay, Black Dove. Yeah. It's still, I still don't think that would actually work. Bearded Genius Champions. All things classy, says Gentleman Badger. Shield says Star Wars Battlefront 3 Alpha gameplay. Bacon-shaped cigar level over 9,000, says Patricia. William Moore says the title should be Bacon-wrapped bacon balls with bacon. Bearded man with booze. Black Shawarma. That's a very literal description of this show. That's exactly what we are doing at this moment. Andy the DK says, Ox, if I donated to you, would you play Blackrock Mountain on stream? Look, I'm not asking for a donation. Don't I have to spend money for Blackrock Mountain? How much is it, like 60 bucks? I don't know, I haven't looked it up. I could be wrong. Maybe it's 5 bucks, I'm not sure. We should name it Baconception. Baconception. Alright, let's see what we can get here. Let's try bacon wrapped bacon balls. Let's see if that gets any viewers. Alright, I am now live on Periscope, and we're getting some viewers, which is good. Welcome to Bacon Wrapped Bacon Balls, where we eat bacon wrapped around other bacon until it has formed a bacon ball. For the Scotch and Smoke Rings viewers, we've got 5. Well, no, we've got 3. Hello, says Auskrig. Nice beard, says Frankenhaven. Why, thank you. Yet the pleasure is all mine. This is actually my weekly show, Scotch and Smoke Rings. I don't typically broadcast on Periscope, but I'm doing an experiment. I typically broadcast on Twitch and scotchandsmokerings.com. What cigar have you got? Asks Franken. Sorry, I can't read your name. I am smoking some Tatuaje Siri P. I don't know if you can see my box here. Sumatras. They are Robusto cigars. And I just lit this one. And this is my second box, actually, of this kind of cigar. I loved it so much that I had to get another box. They go by really quick, though. I mean, these are Robustos, so they're a little bit shorter than the typical Churchills that I'm used to smoking. Here, I'm going to go ahead and turn off my air filter, just so that I can get some smoke rings going, ladies and gentlemen. Where's Kevin Bacon? Asks Shawarma. He's still packed. I haven't unpacked him yet. Oh, it's my mustache. I forgot about that. It's messing up my smoke rings. There we go. We got a couple.
That's all right, Whitney. He'll get used to you. Hoops were half that midnight fling. The merry make was in full swing. The sweet themselves to a cheerful dance. When Skelton in the closet did his dance.
Very nice, says Lieskrig. Why, thank you very much. Years of practice. Cigar says, I wonder if Oxhorn can resist the stick for 7 more days. It's going to be tough. So for those who don't know, Cigar Ox bought me like this 60 gauge cigar. What was it again? It's a 6-inch, like 60 gauge cigar. It's huge. It's a giant cigar. And he told me that I had to save it for my 300th episode. I've been holding on to it for literally like an entire quarter. How many months has it been? 3 months? And tomorrow or next week I can finally smoke it. On episode 300, next Thursday I can smoke it. 80. It's an 80 gauge cigar. Yeah, I was way off. It's an 80 gauge cigar, 6 inches, and I'm pretty excited about that. So, look forward to next week. But man, you know what this means? Now I have to think of something interesting to do next week. Right? I mean, now I'm going to have to actually come up with something creative. Watch. I'm going to roll out of bed at like 6:55 before the show starts and come down here and try it. With nothing special on my plate. So I'm going to have to crowdsource this. Let's turn my air filter back on. I'm going to have to crowdsource this. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to need your help. Go onto the Scotch and Smoke Rings Facebook group, which is just facebook.com/groups/Oxhorn, I believe, and give me your ideas for the 300th episode. What should we do? Now, it has to be reasonable. I cannot broadcast this from the Grand Canyon, nor can I broadcast this from the top of the Space Needle. It has to be reasonable. And it needs to make sense. But if it's possible, then maybe we can pull it off. Elizabeth says, I would be happy with just seeing the little ones. Yeah, maybe we should have the kids come on and do a cameo for the 300th episode. Broadcast with a top hat, says Madman Max. That's legit. Black Shrima says, discrimination, thou art being cruel to the anti-Zuckerman Association. I suppose that's true. Maybe I should make a Google Plus group for the fans. Or how about a Quora group for the fans? Lee Scrigg says, longtime fan, drinking anything special. Well, it's good to have you on here, Lee Scrigg. I'm drinking Valentine's Scotch. Let's see what my bottle is. There it is. It's not the most expensive Scotch out there, but it's tasty. It's Ballantine's finest blended Scotch whiskey, blended and bottled in Scotland. There's the bottle. And I've been nursing this for a couple of weeks now. And I like it. I've always really liked Scoresby. The fans who've been watching for a long time know that I really enjoy Scoresby because it's $11 a bottle, which is it's a nice price for a blended Scotch whiskey. But this stuff is not too bad. I think I only paid a few dollars more, and it's delicious. Delicious. Fedora says, what is Google Plus you speak of? That's true. It was all the rage in 2013, my friends. Google Plus, all the rage. 2013. Alright, I better get your fan art up. I know that you guys have submitted quite an assortment of epic pieces. Oh, and do we also have recorded messages? C. Rise just joined the video stream on Periscope. Pleasure to have you, C. Rise. Madirez joined. Good to see you, Madirez. Welcome to Scotch and Smoke Rings. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of recorded messages this week. Wow. Way more than usual. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recorded messages. I wish I could share them with the Periscope. Maddie. Okay, it's Maddie. I was confused. Okay, let's go to my Scotch and Smoke Rings group. And we have some requests. We have 5 requests to join. Let's approve these. And then get to your fan art. Madman Max says, Oxhorn, turn your headset down when you get my message. Duly noted. I will be sure to do so. I don't want it to be my eardrums to burst or anything. Shiot asks, Oxhorn, do you ever look at other WoW machinimators? Sometimes I do. When something happens across my plate. But I really have become so preoccupied with my work and my side projects and my family and this show that I really don't have a lot of time to spend on machinima like I used to, as fun as it was. Andy the DK says, I'd dress up in a classy outfit if Ox Skyped with fans for the next episode. It's tempting. Who knows? Maybe I'll have to Skype with fans for the next episode. Blytooth says my wife nearly committed blasphemy. She said he should shave his beard. Me? I should shave my beard? Your wife thinks I should shave my beard? Well, there's a reason behind this, ladies and gentlemen, and it's science. So, science, okay? Some scientists who were practicing real science in a scientific way, they went to this island and they did a science experiment with science. And they discovered that women found bearded men less physically attractive than non-bearded men. They really preferred the clean-shaven look. And they tested this in a Western country and a third world country to make sure that their study was free of cultural bias. Genetically speaking, from an instinct thing with the science, women prefer clean-shaven men. But women marry bearded men more often than clean-shaven men because bearded men were seen as having higher social status. It's science. You can't argue with the science. Don't get on me about that. That was the result of the study. They said that other men respected bearded men more. Bearded men were seen as being a little bit more intimidating and having higher social status, and they tended to find mates easier than clean-shaven men, despite the fact that women found clean-shaven men to be more physically attractive. It's science. Social status. I mean, that's what this is. I have it. Okay. Oh, alright. Science is gonna get me hitched! Sorry, I didn't see your name. But for science... Fredoro Gregoro says, so in a way, beards are almost like peacock feathers. Interesting. Yeah, it's probably a really good way to describe it. Mr. Tumnus says, beard equals social status now And in history, indeed. William Moore says, when science and beards meet, great things happen. I agree. I wholly agree. Black Shawarma says, the white streaks will show up and he will shave them out. And we shall see a zebra zug-zug. No. I've got some gray going on right in here. This side of my beard is starting to turn gray a little bit. I don't know if you can see it. Alright. I'm going to share my screen with those watching from computers or on Twitch. Sorry, Periscope users, you won't be able to see this because I have no way of sharing my screen with you. But there we go. Okay, so for those of you who can see, this is the fan art that was submitted this week to the Scotch and Smoke Rings Facebook group. This one is by Christina, and it says low-carb, gluten-free salad. And it's a giant pot of bacon. That's my health regimen, ladies and gentlemen. This one from Evan, and it says, like for bacon, comment for bacon, share for bacon. Ignore if you love Justin Bieber. And it's a photo of bacon. Yes, we have bacon lovers here at Scotch and Smoke Rings. Damon LaRue has sent me an image of the perfect salad. And it's like a taco salad that you'd get at Taco Bell, only the shell is made of crispy bacon, with a little bit of lettuce, and then cheese and bacon bits on top. I would order that. Matt Ezel shared an interesting article that I'm surprised I haven't read until now. It's a Cigar Aficionado article about how they want to change the perception of Mexican cigars. They can be balanced, complex, and dynamic. Ooh. Well, maybe I'll have to get some Mexican cigars in the future. Then we have another one from Matt Ezel, and it says 50 Shades of Bacon, of course. And the tie is what else but bacon. Wait, is this an actual book? It's an actual paperback book called 50 Shades of Bacon? Table of contents, bacon, deviled eggs. Oh, it's a recipe. Oh. The appetizers section is labeled foreplay. Oh, alright. I don't know if we can go any further. Blue cheese stuffed figs wrapped in prosciutto and bacon. Alright. That's clever. That's clever, I have to admit. Thank you, Matt, for sharing that. And I think that's all of the fan art. Alright, well, thank you for your fan art submissions, ladies and gentlemen. Very nicely done this week. $50 Shades of Bacon. I had an idea for a book like that, but then I saw someone had already done it. I was laying in bed one night, and sometimes I'll come up with ideas and I'll jot them down, but this night, the idea was so vivid and so inspiring that I thought I could make a lot of money with this, and so I got the idea in my head and I ran down to my computer to start buying the domain name and really, doing the research. And then I discovered that someone else had already done it. So then I just went back to bed. But the idea was a book called 50 Shades of Nope. And it was just a photo book of really horrible insects. 50 Shades of Beards! It says Madman Max 21. That's a good idea. Anyway, it was going to be 50 Shades of Nope, and each article each page was going to be one horrible insect or sea-dwelling creature or just something produced by Mother Nature that should not exist, with 8 or more legs and eggs that hatch within the skin of the creature, or something hideous. And it would have just been 50 pages, or 50 Shades of Nope. But someone had done it. I guess that means it was a good idea. 50 Shades of Beards. It's an excellent idea. Someone should really do that. Who's going to get the domain name, ladies and gentlemen? 50shadesofbeards.com. It's up for grabs. I'm busy. I'm doing a show right now. Baldock says, did it include Hippie Tom? Yeah, he would have been page 49. Alright, time to play your recorded messages. And I apologize in advance to my Periscope viewers, because you won't be able to hear these, because I don't actually have speakers. I just have headphones. And they're not loud enough. Like, you can't hear my music right now. So I'm sorry. This will be about 5 minutes. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sending in your recorded messages. Who's on the program? Slim Bean, you are on the program today. What is on your mind, good sir?
Greetings, my dear Oxygen. It is me, Slim Bean, hailing from Bulgaria. I pose a simple question for you today. Which are your top 3 brands of Scotch whiskey? May your smoke rings be plenty and your beard full and beautiful as ever.
Why, thank you, Slim Bean. That's very kind of you. What are my 3 favorite brands of whiskey? Scotch whiskey. It's going to be Laphroaig, Glenfiddich, and I'm going to have to pull a Ron Swanson and say Lagavulin. I've only tried it once, but it was delicious. Those would be my 3 favorite types of Scotch. All right, Madman Max, here comes yours, and I'm going to hold the phones away from my ears because you warned me about it. Here we go, playing now.
Good afternoon, Oxford. It is your lovely Madman Max here. Today my question is, why is there a double standard when it comes to TV shows? You've got adult TV shows and kids TV shows, such as My Little Pony and, well, the news, shall we say. Can you explain this in a little bit of detail for me? Should hopefully be your chat tonight. Have a good evening. Goodbye.
Well, Madman Max, that's an excellent question. So to fill in for the Periscope viewers, Madman asked, why are there 2 different types of TV shows? Kids TV shows and adult TV shows like the news and so on and so forth. That seems ridiculous. Well, I'll tell you. The reason there are 2 different kinds of TV shows is because parents want to be able to allow their kids to watch television without seeing things that only adults should see. And the reason they want that is because they want to delay explaining certain aspects of our world reality until the child is old enough to be able to comprehend it and understand it. This includes things like war and suicide bombers. Why did that guy strap a bomb to his chest, Mommy? Do you really want to have that conversation with a 3 or 4-year-old? That's kind of hard. I mean, how would you do that? Well, son, there are some people on this earth who have a religious ideology that doesn't allow for the existence of people who disagree with them. And their way of fixing that is to blow themselves up in the hope that they get some sort of eternal reward filled with 70 beautiful women that are virgins. Mommy, what's a virgin? Well, son, yeah, it gets a little complicated. That's why there's kids' TV and adult TV. Hopefully when you sit your child down to watch Curious George does not have a day where he bumps into a suicide bomber in the middle of the city. Or where he has to describe the birds and the bees to a wiener dog or something crazy like that. You know, you're able to trust that Curious George is going to limit its topics of conversation to things like trains and baking cakes. Which, is much easier to explain to a child. It's not because of censorship. It's not because of hypocrisy. It's because it's a courtesy to parents. Good question. Thank you for that. All right, next up on the program is Patricia. What is on your mind, Patricia?
Hello, Osborne. It's Patrick Dustin here. It's been a while since I've seen you. I missed last week's show, but that's okay. I'm here. This is just in case I don't get off work early. My question for you for this episode, I'm going to be an aunt soon, and
Congratulations.
we are hardcore gamers here, and we're going to start the kids when they're born, like fresh from like the Nintendo 64 or before that and such, SNES, etc. And they're going to work their way out. I guess my question is, when your kids become of age where they want to play those kind of games, well, I guess I could ask, what game would you let them introduce them to, and what system? I could probably imagine World of Warcraft or something, but just a random curious question I have for you today. Anyways, I hope you have a good show. I hope I make it to the show on time from work. And yeah. I got nothing else to say. Okay, I gotta get back to work. But hey, good chatting with you. Hope you have a good show. And bye to everybody. And remember to stay classy.
Thank you, Patricia, and I see you in the chat, so it's really good to see that you made it to the show. To answer your question, this is 2015, and consoles are no longer the only way to play games. So I'm probably going to be showing my kids how to play games on portable devices, on mobile devices. I'm going to find... I've actually already started. I've given Gavin a couple of baby games where he can, like, point the letters and, you know, it plays a song or, you know, color matching and things like that. Starting with those games. Now, but I think you're probably asking about when he's old enough to really play games. We're talking, you know, 9, 10, 11, that sort of age range. There are a lot of mobile games that I really like. Things like Find the Water. Is that what it's called? You know, the one where you've got the alligator and you've got to, like, dig a little portal. I really like strategy games and building games and things like that where it exercises the kids' problem-solving ability. Games like that are going to be a lot of fun. They're not only a lot of fun, but they're really going to help him with problem-solving. So I'm going to have him play a lot of that. But then when it comes to just regular console games, there are so many great games from my childhood that I really enjoyed, like Sonic the Hedgehog and classic, you know, Super Nintendo Star Fox and all of those classic Mario games that I would love him to be able to enjoy. I'm not going to push them on him, but what I'll probably do is get them all set up and introduce him to them. Now, it may be that in 2018 or 2020, kids don't like the games we grew up on. It may be, you know. It may be that sitting there with a controller in the hand is just awkward, or the graphics are just so horrible compared to modern games that the charm and appeal isn't quite understood. And I'm preparing myself for that, so I'm not going to push it. But if my kids want to be able to play those old classic NES and Sega Genesis games, I'm going to make them available because those were a great part of my childhood, and I think that he would really enjoy them. So that's going to be my plan when it comes to games. Great question. Okay, next up is Andy! Andy the DK, who beat me last week in Hearthstone. You lucky dog. Andy the DK, what's on your mind?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from Ironforge City.
Not another quiz!
It's Quickfire Question!
Man, you gotta make these
and
easier.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is your host with
I'm
the
getting
most,
mocked on YouTube for my horrible answers.
Andy the DK. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to everyone's favorite Thursday night Scotch and Smoke Ring segment, Quickfire Questions. As always, I am your host, Andy the DK, and as always, here is our fine bearded beardsman, the bearded beardsman.
Yes.
Oxhorn, how are you tonight, Ox?
Doing well,
Thank
you very much,
everyone
Andy.
in the chat is doing well as well. Anyways, here we go, folks. Quickfire questions. The topic this week is how well do you know Azeroth? Are you ready, Ox? Because
yes.
here we go.
I guess I'm ready.
Question number 1. What was the first human kingdom in WoW history named? Was it Lordaeron, Stormwind, Medivh, Arathor, or Quel'Thalas? Question number 2. The homeworld of the Draenei is
Lordaeron.
called Draenor, Outland, Argus, Azeroth, or Kalimdor? And
Draenor.
question number 3. Name a
No,
land
no.
that belongs
No, it's
mostly to the dwarves between the following: Hillsbrad Foothills, Alterac Mountain, the Blasted Lands, Ashenvale, or Wetlands. Thank you everyone for participating. Be sure to have your gnomes
Alterac
spayed
Mountain.
or neutered, and I will talk to you next week. Signing out.
All right, hold on. What was the other one?
In the chat is doing well as here we go. Was it Lordaeron, Stormwind,
It's Lordaeron.
Medivh, Arathor, or Quel'Thalas? Question number 2. The homeworld of the Draenei is called Draenor, Outland, Argus, Azeroth, or Kalimdor? And question number 3. Name a land
Argus.
that belongs mostly to the dwarves.
That's what it was. And then Arathi Highlands, or
Between the following: Hillsbrad
Alterac
Foothills,
Mountains.
Alterac Mountains.
Alterac Mountains. Okay, so Lordaeron, Argus, Alterac Mountains. How'd I do? I hope I did okay. I'm sure the answers will be rolling into the chat here pretty soon. All right, Imagine Justin, you are on the program. What's on your mind, my friend?
Hello, Oxhorn. Majin Justin here. I had finally adjusted my microphone, so now I can start sending you voice recordings again. Apologies for accidentally blasting out your ears last time. Well, I hope you're having a terrific week. But right now, I am leveling in Northrend. Now let's talk about that place.
Okay.
Which one of the zones was your favorite place? Out of, let's see,
Oh gosh.
Zoldrak,
What
Grizzly Hills,
zone?
Howling Ford, Borean Tundra, Solar Shower Basin,
They were all
Ice Crown,
so
Storm
great.
Peaks, Dragonblight, Crystal Song Forest, Wintergrass. What places do you like there?
They were all amazing. Northrend is my favorite continent by far. I think all of the zones are expertly crafted, and they're just brilliant. I'm gonna have to go ahead and say it's really tough. It's between Howling Fjord and Grizzly Hills. Pardon me. And I'm gonna have to say Howling Fjord. Grizzly Hills I really like because it looks like the Pacific Northwest. It looks like Northern California or Seattle, where I'm from. The trees are the same, the layout is the same, it's just gorgeous. I really felt at home. Howling Fjord, though, you've got the northern lights, you've got all those Viking towns, you've got the snowy landscape and the thin, tall trees. It's just so Scandinavian and ancient looking and beautiful. I'm gonna have to go with the Howling Fjord. All right. Blagtiff says, I drive a Howling Ford. But nicely done. It's like a dad joke then. All right. Well, thank you for all of your fan art submissions. Thank you for your recorded messages. They really liven up the show, and I enjoy answering your questions. So if you've got any ideas for some great questions, jot them down now, or maybe go record your message now so that we can have them ready for next week, the big 300th episode. It's going to be fun and exciting. So get ready for that. Next up is going to be some Hearthstone, and since you guys can't see my screen on Periscope, I'm going to have to end the Periscope broadcast now. You're welcome to come watch the rest of this episode at scotchandsmokerings.com or Twitch TV. You can go to twitch.tv and search for Scotch and Smoke Rings. There is a Twitch TV app. Okay, he's going to move over to Twitch. Yeah, I've only got one person left in Periscope. Great, I'll see you on Twitch. How do you end this thing? Stop broadcast. Okay. So there we go. Well, Periscope was fun. Last week we had 11 or so people. This week we think we had 5 show up. So talking about bacon is not as good, it seems, and this is a social experiment, It's not quite as good as talking internet jargon. So we made a couple of discoveries. 3 weeks ago, I said something like, come watch Hot Girls or something. And we got nobody the entire episode, 0 people. So apparently hot girls are not interesting. So then I just said lol, KK, K thanks, bye, LOL, omega, whatever. And we got like 11 people. Okay, that's the winner. This week we talked about bacon, and we still got some good people, but it wasn't the same number. So what are we going to do next week? What will be the title of our Periscope chat next week? To try and lure in the viewing several. Liz Craig says, hello again. Pleasure to see you, Liz Craig. Koali Bear says, I like your beard. Why, thank you. My beard likes you too. Okay, looks like we have some requests about some smoke rings. Let me turn off my air filter. Winty Fresh says, can you blow me a smoke ring and dedicate it to me? Yes, I can. Here we go. Smoke rings for Winty Fresh. Alright. My mustache is getting in the way. Don't judge me. It's the mustache. Let me try and part this thing. I feel like Moses. Here we go. Let's part the waters. I got one good one in there. Do you see that? It's like they're hitting an invisible wall right here. They're rings, and then they go... Psh. William Moore says, next week the title should be Leet, Hacksaw, Bacon, No Scope. Maybe we'll get more people in there. Alright, that should tide you all over for smoke rings. Or more accurately, smoke puffs. Until next week. Okay, let's get some Hearthstone going on here. This is, after all, a gaming stream. Alright, let's get that going. Mr. Tumnus says, Master Ox, my apologies that I cannot stay for the remainder of the evening. Excuse me, I have an extremely early day tomorrow. I wish you blessings and happy evenings with relaxing cigars, good sir. I look forward to seeing you next week. I look forward to seeing you as well. Alright, Hearthstone.
Radio Dispute is now on Facebook. Find us at facebook.com/Radio Dispute.
Blackwing Lairs are now open. Great. I just want to say something. Check this out. Oh. What's going on? Check that out. I am ranked. What is... Holy cow. When are they going to fix this glitch? I mean, it's not like the game hasn't been out for years at this point. For crying out loud. Black Shrama says, and sadly it's time for me to be strapped into bed here at the old folks' home. Y'all have a good week. Alright there, Black Shrama. Pleasure to have had you in the chat, my friend.
Your soul shall be mine for Doomhammer.
Alright, good sir. Let's see. Who am I fighting today? We've got Fancy Badger and a whole lot of options. Good luck to you.
I greet you. Why do you call?
Well, I mean, the beta was out. I've been playing this since the alpha. They've had this out for long enough, in my honest opinion. They should have some of these things fixed.
Job's done.
Oh well, I'm not gonna gripe too much. NDCS says, do you still play World of Warcraft, or did you stop? If so, when did you stop playing WoW? I stopped playing WoW when I stopped making machinima. I officially retired from making machinima in August of 2013 to focus on my career and my family. So, that's when I stopped playing World of Warcraft. As much as I love and admire the game, I had to take some time. Lucky!
From the void I come.
Chief Smash asks, hey Ox, what's your gamer tag again? It's Oxhorn number 1649. Okay, what am I doing? Yeah, let's go ahead and say no. Quali Bears says, do you have kids? Indeed I do. I've got a little boy named Gavin, and I have a little girl named Gwendolyn. And they are so sweet. What's with you and all these... Okay, whenever this minion takes damage, summon a 1/1 imp.
Your magic shall not save you.
Big Stacks 2 says, yet regardless of your retirement, you still have us loyal fans following you all the way. That's true. This is why I continue to do the program. I could have stopped Scotch and Smoke Rings, but instead I decided that it was worth it to keep it going. What's this? Battle Cry, deal 5 damage to your hero. Mr. Tumnus says, good night. By the way, the wife now follows you on Twitch. Well, I'm honored. Thank her heartily for me. Shoot says, Demon Deck. He told me about this one earlier. Time to see how it holds up in his words. Not as good as the Warlock. Moo clucking, of course. A demon deck. Okay. So that's what I'm up against. Well, it seems to be doing pretty good.
Job's done.
Koali Bears says, I wish I was married. For many years I wished the same thing, and it took a bit of effort. But I've finally convinced the woman of my dreams, and she managed to say yes. Ah, but my guy with the thing. Ah. You know, statistics are in your favor, my friend. Stats say that the majority of people will eventually get married. Go blimey. Listkrieg says credit to the beard too. Yeah, I'm sure that had something to do with it. What? What was that? What did you just do? Deal 2 to 4 damage to a minion. Summon a 1/1 imp for each damage dealt. Okay. That's it. Things are going down. Down to Chinatown, my friend. Cheers. Bottoms up, ladies and gentlemen. Chin chin. What? No!
I can ease your pain.
All right. Do your worst. Woo! Ah, I see what you're doing there. Ah, bad luck. Oh, okay. Ouch. Rubbish. Rough stuff. Ugh. Poppycock. Yeah. Well played. Mal'Ganis. All right, I wasn't ready. That's the thing. I was so preoccupied with conversation. It was conversation. That was the thing. What? Come on, Hearthstone, stop doing this. There we go. Does this mean we're in? Yes. Greg Harton.
I will fight with honor for Doomhammer.
Ah, what a hand. All right, I'm making room on my there, I'm making room for more friends. Lisa Krieg says, have a good night, Ox. And chat, thanks for the Periscope and the stream. You're welcome. I'm glad you had some fun. Baldock says, pull a hard tongue. Whenever you summon a minion, give it 1/1, and this loses durability. Well, I know what he'll be doing with his mana. Andy the DK says, honestly, I do want to one day get married, but I'm a very picky person when it comes to women. Not simply just physical attraction, but a girl who has the same personality as me and that loves games. Elizabeth says, well, Andy, I was not a gamer girl till I married. Then I was introduced to gaming, so it could happen. Indeed it could. Oh, what have we got there? Wendy Fresh says, I don't think women play video games. Oh, my friend. That's not true. Look, and the reason I know that's not true is because I've gone to almost every BlizzCon. I think I've gone to 5 of them. I've missed a few. And, oh no. Ah! Oh! Ah! Oh! Rubbish. But look, every time I go to BlizzCon, there are hundreds of women there. Just wall to wall. Just, it's like 50% men, 50% women. There are so many female gamers who just love our subculture that it would be remiss of you to think that there just aren't enough around. Now, it can take some hunting to find a suitable one, but that's the way it is with anything, right? Every man has to go out of his comfort zone. And I just do not like that card. I'm going to do something to it. Every man has to go outside of his comfort zone and talk with a woman or make sure that he's in a situation where he can have conversations with women or aggressively pursue the concept of marriage. It takes... I'll tell you what, with me, for years and years and years, I just didn't bother. I mean, I wasn't married until I was 28, 29. It took quite some time. No! No! This is why you don't have conversations while playing Hearthstone. But, Ah! Ah! I mean, do I want to waste it on that, or do I want to... Yeah, I do.
I wonder.
Used car prices are cut for fast action at your Chevrolet dealer's clearance sale. On cars that are modern and smart-looking. Cars you can rely on. Cars you'll be thrilled to drive. Come today. Get your choice of these amazing values.
Your magic shall not save you.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, I had a burst of concentration there. Anyway, I remained unmarried for many, many years, you know, all through my college experience and many years outside of college. I just didn't pursue it. And then one day I woke up and I was in my late 20s and I'm like, really? Am I going to wait until I'm in my 30s to get married? And I said, forget this. I'm not going to wait any longer. I'm just going to find a wife. And so I aggressively pursued a wife. I talked to women and I went on a number of dates until I finally managed to find Jody, my beautiful wife, and married her. I know that sounds easier said than done. I remember at the time feeling like it was an impossible Herculean task. But it eventually happened.
Die, mage.
Hey, give me that! I dream and the world trembles.
Hrenthor says, what playlist is this? Would love to hear it. I love the stream, Oxford. Been a subscriber to your YouTube ever since I was 8, and now I'm 15. Hey, congratulations on sticking with me for so long. It really makes me happy. I'm listening to a free radio station called Radio Dismuke. Just go to Google and type in Radio Dismuke, Dismuke, and it's just a free radio station. And this is what I listen to on the show. Gentleman Badger, that is my plan.
Let me think.
Baldock says, I see a hard time coming. Yeah. Let's hope for the best. Oh! What? He pulled a hard tongue without pulling a hard tongue. I have to hand it to you, though, Greg. Of all the ways to commit suicide in Hearthstone, that's probably the noblest. So I'll give that to you. Anyway, check out my arena rank. That's right, I've been doing a bit of playing. It's true, I'm not like an 8 or a 2. But I've been getting better on my my ranking. She says, so he did what? He had 4 life left, and he attacked one of my minions that had 4 attack. So he committed suicide without committing suicide. Good game, Fedora Gregoro. My gamertag thingy, Patrica, is Oxhorn number 1649. See right there? It says 1649. Well met, Andy the DK, and you've got a secret right out of the bat.
Reporting for duty.
Okay. Alright, let's see what the secret you got is. And it's not that. And I guess that's probably something that gives your minion 15 damage and blah blah. Let's see if it's that. And it is! Okay.
Elements guide me.
Sensana84 says, question for you, Ox. In the workplace, is it better to be the star of the show or the one behind the scenes who is the dependable one? Great question and a tricky one because I have to decide whether or not I want to be honest. In my opinion, it's better to be the star of the show because the star almost always takes credit for the behind-the-scenes dependable person. And as the company grows and as the company becomes more noticed in your industry, it's going to be the star that gets a lot of the credit and the dependable people that become expendable. And there is such a thing to be said for the company outgrowing you. So you may be the star of the company. Hold on one moment. The company might outgrow you, so you may be the strong, dependable guy behind the scenes who has all the talent and who really makes the company work. But then there could be a point when the company outgrows you and you're no longer really as necessary. And then all that are left are the stars, who can continue to exist due to their star power. At the end of your turn, reduce the cost of cards in your hand by 1. Okay. Andy, you play your cards so quickly that I don't have time to converse with the fans. I'm constantly trying to decide exactly how to live. Alright, try that. Sensana84 says the situation is that he has a flair for the dramatic and it shows in his work. I produce 3 times more content than he does, Though, it isn't that my content is bad. It isn't at all. It just doesn't have the pathos that his does. Logos is my shtick.
Elements guide me.
Well, my advice is unchanged, my friend. You have to become a star. And if that means writing something with a little bit more flair, or that's a little bit more exciting, or that engages people a little bit more, then that may be something you need to do. Now, I'm not saying to imitate his style or to somehow mimic him. Far from it. You need to maintain your own style and logos-based work. Work that has a lot of data, work that answers very specific questions. That's all really important, and you should continue to produce that.
Elements guide me. Job's done.
Ooh. Ouch! Ouch! Man.
Reporting for duty. Elements guide me.
Tricky, tricky, tricky. Summon a random one-cost minion for your opponent.
I can fix anything.
Jeepers. It's an interesting card.
Reporting for duty.
Well played.
Well played.
Well played. That was my long sought-after vengeance. Andy the DK, you always have a nerve-wracking battle for me. So I'm so glad that you're on this stream. Well done, good sir. Well done.
Throw versus Alfuria.
I must protect those.
For Doomhammer.
Imagine Justin, good to meet you on the field of battle. Let's do this. Hold that thought. My Bowie knife is hungry for cigar. Karina, Karina, Karina. Oops, that's it, bandit.
You are listening to Radio Dispute.
Yes, yeah, voice guy, yeah. Captain Maximov says I managed to actually upgrade my wardrobe so I can look like a classy gent. Well, congratulations, good sir. I hope at least some of my articles at scotchandsmokers.com were of use. Gentleman Badger makes a fine recommendation. Captain Maximov says, ooh, and some very nice new shoes, though I shouldn't brag about that sort of thing. Well, you know, when it comes to men and shoes, the key is to have a few pair of really good shoes. Not a whole bunch of pair of not so good shoes. So, not to promote it or anything, but I just discovered this new app on the App Store called Wish. I think it's called Wish. And they find you really good deals. So you can get amazing deals on things ranging from shoes to watches or whatever. And you can get them for insanely cheap. The only problem is the shipping is really long, so you can take a month or more to get your items, but you pay a lot less for them. And I bought 2 pairs of shoes, which are going to be arriving in a few days. Over a month ago, I purchased them, and together they were less than $40.
Natural mistake.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Destroying my hammer! That was my best beloved battle hammer. And you broke it.
It has snake.
Okay. Bad gamble there. Zarasuma says your hammer and magic helmet. Indeed. See you, good Hrenthor. Glad you came to the show. Finally.
Well played.
Thank you.
I must safeguard the land.
Your magic shall not save you.
Job's done.
Legend Maker 96 asks, what qualifies you to receive a subscriber button? I don't mean to be rude, but it just sparks an interest in me. Well, if you are a longtime Twitcher and you've got an account in good standing and you apply to be a producer, you can get a subscribe button. You just have to apply for it. Cool.
Where shall I strike? Job's done.
Fedoro Gregoro says, prepare yourselves. I'm going to go all out on this smoke ship idea. I am prepared. All right, my friend, Imagine Justin, let's see what you've got. What is up your sleeve? Okay. Okay. Understood.
Why not email your friends right now? Let them know about the
Your move. Legendary Maker 96 says, so what gave you the original idea of streaming? Is it possibly your uniqueness and originality? Well, I've been doing this show since 2009, and that was long before Twitch was a thing. That said, at the time, live streaming was hardly an original idea. There was Ustream, there was Justin TV, and there was livestream.com, all three services of which I used at the time. But the reason I decided to do it was because I wanted a unique way to interface with the fans. I had a forum on my old site, oxhorn.com, and it was healthy and there were a lot of people there, but they wanted more of a personal interaction and connection than just me checking the forum every few days. Probably shouldn't have done that. Oh. So I decided to start doing some broadcasts. The very first one, which is on YouTube, is like 3 hours long. It's a really long broadcast. And it was really amateurish. It was just me talking with fans. And it slowly evolved over time to be what it is today. Do I have all my totems out there? I do. I have every single totem that you can summon, which is why I can't summon anymore. Cool. Okay. Alright, I think this will be my last battle for the day, ladies and gentlemen. We'll do the smoke ship after this. I gotta hand it to you, buddy. You're doing well. You're sticking in there, and I respect that. Pie Snaps is in the chat today and says, hello, Scotch and Smoke Rings and friends. Cheers. Kaio Desensei says, hi, Oxhorn. I've been a fan of yours since I first saw your videos back in Vanilla WoW. I just wanted to say I love your stuff. Well, thanks to you both, and I'm glad that you're here today. Homeo Phoenix says, duel the viewers. That's exactly what I'm doing. Imagine Justin is one of our very good viewers. Yay! Alright, nicely done, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for meeting me in Hearthstone for this epic showdown. And it is now time for your smoke ship ideas. What is on your mind? What would you like to see? A ship of any description, but the best description will win. Fedoro Gregoro says, Oxhorn and his somewhat reliable crew of mutant murlocs on board a Scoresby-fueled jerky zeppelin soaring the northern lights of the howling fjord under siege by King Hallowseve and his headless goons as they hurl synthetic bacon bombs. The crew retaliates for this atrocity to all things bacon by firing cigar cannons constructed out of the recommended daily servings of vegetables. However, the crew is blindsided by a green dragon that permeates with OP spells and is charging towards the starboard side, but is intercepted by the heroic Fedoro Gregoro, who leaps into battle, shiny sword in hand, and plunges into the hellish heart of the beast, sacrificing himself so that Ox may embark on 300 more journeys. Well done, Greg Hartung. Well done. William Moore says, associate Professor Evil flying a Scotch-fueled UFO through the skies of Pandaria. While he flies around, he feeds Barnaby magic bacon cheeseburgers. Slowly, as Barnaby eats the burgers, he grows larger and more powerful. Once he has reached his full power level, Professor Evil says, come now, Barnaby! Kill all those awful hippie pandas that kidnapped our friends! He then drops his pet on the unsuspecting pandas. Barnaby then slays the panda kidnappers, freeing Ox and friends. Nicely done. I love the opportunity to use Professor Evil's voice. Chief Smash says Oxhorn and Staghorn in a war against the Galactic Hippie Empire are piloting the Beardlenium Falcon. In a daring raid, they fly to the center of their terrible space station, the Hemp Star. They fire bacon torpedo into the core, exploding the Hemp Star in a shower of patchouli, ending the hippie reign of terror forever. Oh, Oh, that's very clever, Chief Smash. Nicely done. All right. Excellent smoke ships all around, my friends. Hard choice today. All three made me laugh. I think I'm going to go with Greg Hartung's because synthetic bacon. You just invented probably the most abominable thing known to man's imagination. I mean, why? Why? We must destroy it. Come with me, ladies and gentlemen. Let us destroy the synthetic bacon with a smoke ship. Legend Maker 96 says, I will definitely say I've never come across a streamer who listens to music from way back when, while at the same time drinking scotch puffing on a cigar. You, sir, are as original as it gets. I tip my fedora. Why, thank you, Legend Maker 96. I do appreciate it. Hopefully this show will be able to inspire people for years to come, and I will do it for the foreseeable future. All right, here we go. King Hallows Eve says, as my first stream with you, Ox, it was an honor to see you and your godly beard in action. Thank you. King's Hallow Serve, pleasure to have you in the chat, and I hope to see you again next week. All right, pay attention, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are, smoke ship. If you blink, you will miss it. So hold your screenshot buttons ready, and don't blink. Here we go. No! Did you see it? It was only there for a moment, but very clearly, before your eyes, were Oxhorn and his somewhat reliable crew of mutant Murlocs on board a Scoresby-fueled jerky Zeppelin soaring the northern lights of the Howling Fjord under siege by King's Hallows Eve and his headless goons as they hurl synthetic bacon bombs. The crew retaliates for this atrocity to all things bacon by firing cigar cannons constructed out of the recommended daily servings of vegetables. However, the crew is blindsided by a green dragon that permeates with OP spells and is charging towards the starboard side, but is intercepted by the heroic Fedoro Gregoro, who leaps into battle, shiny sword in hand, and plunges into the hellish heart of the beast, sacrificing himself so that Ox may embark on 300 more journeys. I know. Your imagination, my unique abilities, combined, it creates the next Mona Lisa. In 100 years, the Louvre will have screenshots of this show hanging on its walls. Prediction. Chayando Sensei says, whoa, that was amazing! Synapse says, cheers and good show. Well, I'm really glad that you all were able to make it today. And thank you, everybody, for your fan art and your audio recordings and your smoke ship ideas and for being so very patient with me. I hope you all have a fantastic evening and that you'll come back next week. Same Ox time, same Ox channel, scotchandsmokerings.com. Be sure, my friends, as always, that you stay classy. While we take a final sip of our Valentine Scotch.